Hello and welcome to today's flight. Today we're going to do a test flight of the recently installed AV-20-S in my Piper Cherokee. This is first flight and first impressions. It's not a full-blown review. I am planning on doing another flight where I do a more comprehensive review, testing some of the features including audio alerts and the critical angle of attack and those sorts of things. Also, I'll be setting up the parameters. But this was just installed, and this is the first flight. It's a very, very impressive small piece of equipment that replaced my analog wind-up clock that dates back to 1966. And I couldn't think of a better way to replace the clock with a very fully functional, very small and capable instrument. So here you can see the AV-20 and the angle of attack indicator right there. It's showing also the low and high settings, G-meter display with voice alerting and peaks. It's got an attitude indicator. You can also include in that display the slip skid indicator, as you can see right there. It has, of course, a clock. It shows you your bus voltage, outside air temperature, and there's a small angle of attack display. And many of these fields are customizable so that you can change what you are able to see in any given setting. There you can see an engine run timer, and the way that's set up is it begins timing when it detects an increase in voltage being generated by an alternator. And flight time that starts when you reach 40 knots and continues until the airspeed falls below 40 knots. So there you have the flight timer display. Density altitude calculation is done as long as you have an outside air temperature probe installed. True airspeed display right there, which comes in super handy when you're flying at altitude. And there you can see audio alerts. I do have an audio cable connected to my headset, so it gives me audio alerts. I haven't tested that yet. That will be on the full-blown review flight. So there it is, a very, very capable, full-featured instrument in a very small package. So let's go ahead and do the test flight and give you my first impressions. All right, today we are going to test the AV-20-S. Just installed it. I did a high-speed taxi test yesterday just to make sure that the true airspeed indication was giving us a reading. Also want to make sure that our altimeter and airspeed indicator were accurate based on the fact that we tapped into our pitot static system in the airplane. So let's do our pre-flight for takeoff, and we're going to take off. We're going to fly over the Cascade Mountains. We'll be landing in
runway 35, clear touch and go.
Tacoma Tower, Cherokee 7428 Romeo, holding short runway 35, east departure.
Cherokee 7428 Romeo, Tacoma Tower, hold short runway 35.
Hold short 3528 Romeo. Yeah, so I had to cut little notches out for the buttons the way it sunk into the panel. Used a Dremel tool, nice clean little half moons there, so it gives us good access to the buttons. Hopefully you can see this in the video. If not, I'm probably not going to publish it, and you won't be hearing me say anything. We should be getting our clearance here in a second. Nope, there's a guy on final. Anyway, right now I have it set for true airspeed. You can cycle through these. There's GMT time, local time. Density altitude showing minus 600 feet, nice and cool air today, about 40 degrees Fahrenheit, showing 46 Fahrenheit. That's because the probe is probably in the sun right now. And so anyway, it's probably closer to 40 Fahrenheit. Anyway, we're going to leave it on true airspeed. There's lots of functions. There's engine runtime showing 12 minutes 13 seconds. Flight time will start when we reach
Charlie, Roger.
When we reach 40 knots. And there's your count up timers. And that is our meter showing angle of attack limit, and G-force limits, which I haven't set yet. This is the attitude indicator, system setup. So I'm just going to leave it on this, and then we'll kind of play with that as we get up there. We're going to climb up to 9,500 feet and head over the Cascade Mountains today.
Cherokee 7428 Romeo, follow the Cessna on the go for your east departure, runway 35, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 35. We'll follow that traffic eastbound, 28 Romeo.
Hey, Tower, good morning. Sirius 754, Papa Sirius, short of 35, ready to go via part of the north.
Sirius 754 Pop Sierra, Tacoma Tower, roger, hold short, runway 35.
Hold short, runway 35, Sierra 754 Pop Sierra.
Okay, directional gyro set, feet off the brakes, and full power smoothly applied. Engine instruments are in the green. Power available for takeoff. Airspeed indicators live. Now the AV-20 should come alive at about 40 knots. Showing 46, 47, 50. It's a little bit of a delay, I noticed.
Sierra 4 Pop Sierra North.
Between the AV-20 and your actual airspeed indicator. That's okay. It's a backup instrument. It is accurate. Near as I can tell, we're going to know better in flight. Yeah, 86 on the airspeed indicator and showing, well, they're coming up to 89, 90. Pretty darn accurate. I'd say it's right on. Who knows? It may even be a little more accurate than the actual airspeed indicator. But so far, so good. That's awesome. Outside air temperature right now showing 44 Fahrenheit. I have no real way to check that against what the actual air temperature is. I'd have to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, all that good stuff. But angle of attack showing in the green, so low angle of attack. We're climbing out here at 85 miles per hour. There's 800 feet. We're going to follow that guy who's in the pattern. I see him right there. We're going to follow him to the east. And we're a beam of him, so we're going to make my right turn out here. And we're going to continue to climb up to 1,500, go underneath the Class Bravo, approach departure end at SeaTac Airport, and then we'll begin our climb step-ups under the Class Bravo airspace.
Cessna 659er, runway 35, clear touch and go.
Runway 35, clear touch and go, 94659er.
Sky 58 Charlie number 2 to follow the Cessna ahead of you on the downwind, runway 35, clear touch and go.
Number 3, Delta inside 35, clear touch and go, 58 Charlie.
All right. Everything's looking great. Indicated airspeed's 100, showing 102 on the AV-20. So I'm real happy with that. That seems to be super accurate. So we're going to keep it at 1,500 to climb underneath the approach departure end at SeaTac, as I said. That begins at 1,800 and goes up to 10,000, I believe. Yep, 10,000. And then we're going to start stepping up. And the idea is 9,500 cruise, and that'll get us over the Cascades. I did a weather briefing. Everything looks great. All right, true airspeed showing 113, and that's pretty much dead on matching what the airspeed indicator is saying. We're happy with that. Angle of attack's nearly flat at cruise. That's pretty cool. I don't know that I'm going to need to make an adjustment on the lower limit. Everything's in the green.
Sirius 4 Pop Sierra, for exchange approved. Have a good flight.
Okay, for exchange approved, we'll see you at Sierra 754 Pop Sierra.
Cherokee 28 Romeo, for exchange approved. Have a good flight.
28 Romeo, thank you. Good day. Bus voltage showing 14 volts. That's just about right. Outside air temperature right now showing 37. And, well, I'm showing just under 30, but that's on my old analog. I have no idea if that thing is accurate, so. Anyway, when I first installed this, I was thinking, you know, I'm just gonna connect it to the electrical system, not worry about pitot-static or temperature probe. And then my mechanic and I got to talking. He goes, you know, why not take advantage of all the features? And I'm super happy that I did that. It took a lot of extra time.
Sky 83 Charlie, roger. Hold short of 35 and contact tower when ready.
I had to convert soft lines to quarter push-in connectors, so it required a lot of thought, and I was consulting with my mechanic on all of those changes, and everything seems to be working out great. So I'm going to cycle through some of the views. We talked about the timers. Right now, that's the angle of attack limit. It looks like it's set for 12 degrees. I don't know if I'm gonna on this flight, since I have a mission really. I'm flying to a friend's house in Wenatchee, And I don't know that I'm going to mess with putting it into a stall and all that good stuff. I want to make good time out there and really focus on my step-up climbs as I clear the Bravo and all that good stuff. So anyway, that'll be on another flight.
Tacoma Tower confirm, ready for departure.
Ready for departure, 82 Charlie.
So that's showing 1G, which is what you would expect at cruise, level cruise flight right there, that indicator to the left. The one on the right is showing our current angle of attack, that little caret to the right side.
Skyhawk 1683
And it's showing
Charlie.
an angle of attack of about, I'm going to say about 4 degrees, which that really coincides with straight level flight
35, 82 Charlie.
at cruise. And let's cycle through some of these others. There is
3 Charlie, runway 35, clear for takeoff.
And I'm super happy about this.
Takeoff, 82 Charlie.
This backup attitude indicator. You know, it's got slip skid, and so far it looks like it's exactly matching my my slip skid indicator over here, and so that appears to be doing its job. I'm just going to press the rudder here just to, yep, send it over there to the right, send it over there to the left. That looks like it's doing its job. Attitude indicator, as you can see, is matching our attitude indicator in the airplane. Everything's doing what it's supposed to do. The only thing I don't know for sure right now is the temperature. That's system setup menu. I'm going to go back to here to true airspeed. Density altitude is 400 feet where we are right now, which is pretty cool. We're at 1,600 feet going under, just getting ready to come under this Class Bravo shelf here. Not sure what runway they're using over there.
Cessna 659, runway 35, clear, touch and go.
Oh, I can see they're
Runway 35,
looks like they're
clear,
coming
touch
in.
and go, 659er.
Yeah, they're going to be landing.
Skyhawk 58 Charlie, number 2 to fall.
Like
Cessna ahead of you on the
34 up
downwind,
there.
runway 35, clear, touch and go.
Number 3 traffic inside 35, clear touch and go, 5 Charlie.
So anyway, we're at 1,600 feet, and the density altitude's only 400 feet. So nice, cool, crisp, dense air. Couldn't ask for better. So we're 200 feet below the Bravo right now. As you can see right there, 1,800, 10,000. Everybody's coming in and landing to the north. There's some traffic right there, if you can see it in the camera. Now I have this set up. I actually have the AV-20, the audio output plugged in, and then I have it connected to my headset, which is a Lightspeed Zulu 3. And it'll give audio alerts if you reach your critical angle of attack, a pre-stall angle of attack, and that's all programmable. Also G-force, and there's a timer audio alert too, so to let you know that you've reached, if you're timing yourself in a holding pattern or something like that, it reminds you to reset your timer or to make your turn. So anyway, and it's super loud. It's got volume settings. I have it on 2. You can go all the way up to 10, and 2 is super loud, so I'm not going to mess with that. Again, on another flight, I'll test all those features. I'll reach those critical angle of attack. I'm not sure I'm going to worry too much about the G-force. I could put it in a 60-degree bank angle and go to 2 Gs just to see if the meter's accurate, but
Cessna 659er,
I'm not really sure I'm going to
traffic.
set an upper limit on that.
Left traffic, 659er.
Skyhawk 58 Charlie, still clear, touch and go, on the go, make left traffic.
Left traffic, 5 Charlie.
Just keeping an eye out for the traffic up there at Auburn Municipal, which is kind of off the left there, pretty far actually to the left. I have my flight plan filed to go to Auburn Academy, which is a private airport up here. Keeps us well clear of Auburn Municipal. Looking at our, looks like there's one airplane on the ground down there, 1,300 below us. All right, so now we can begin to climb a little bit. I'm gonna go up to about 2,800 feet. I could go, the Class Bravo ceiling, or the bottom of the Class Bravo is 3,000 right now, so I'll bring it up to close to that at cruise climb. Probably about another minute and a half, and we'll be out of that, the 3,000 foot Bravo layer, going into 5,000, start climbing up. Looks like that'll get us nicely above the cloud layer there. Showing 120 true airspeed on the AV-20, showing 115 indicated on our airspeed indicator. Bus voltage right at 14 volts, that's great. Outside air temperature showing 35. And that pretty closely matches our, I'm showing 5 degrees lower than that on our analog, our old school analog temperature probe. Give it full
Tower, Skyhawk 9466 X-ray, 15 miles to the north, cresting a touch and go to southbound departure. 66 X-ray.
And 94666 X-ray to commentary, runway 35, wind 3206, altimeter 3008. Proceed over point defiance for right traffic.
Just superb. Couldn't be more happy with this. Lots of stuff. Packs a big punch in a small little instrument. Under $900, and I think
659 number 2,
I replaced
Skywagon turning left base, runway 35, clear the land.
I'm going to change out
Number
of that.
2, runway 35, cleared
Frequency,
land.
going to bring
Following
up the
traffic
CTAP
ahead,
over there,
94659.
122.8. Quiet things down a little bit on the radio. So there's just the view of the angle of attack indicator coming up on 5,300, looking for 5,800. And then you can cycle that to G-load. That's a G-load right there, 1.3. A low of 0.6 on this flight, 1.3 is the high, and that's the current. And you can clear the peak by pressing both of these together. And then there's the numerical display of the G-load, 1.0. And I have to set up my limits on angle of attack. I haven't done that yet, but according to the instructions that I read, you use this to set your limits high and low, and that's something I'll do on a different flight. Today's flight's all about, that's kind of mission oriented. We're going to level off here.
Auto traffic, classic 2, left crosswind, 34.
At 5,800. And you can eliminate some of these pages if it's not something you're going to use on a regular basis. You can eliminate them so that you can cycle through your views more quickly. And that's something, again, I'll probably do on a future flight. Not too worried about it today. Today's more of a function check.
Traffic, Cherokee 87 Foxtrot on about a 3.5 mile left base for 23. It'll be a full stop show.
And coming up on 6,000. Clear my ears. So as I said earlier, bottom line is I couldn't think of a better way to invest under $1,000 in your airplane to increase safety, back up to multiple instruments. Density altitude comes in super handy when you're flying in the mountains and that kind of thing. So just an amazing, amazing piece of equipment, a marvel, a technology marvel in my view. I'm always amazed at some of the equipment that is introduced into the market. Was a little skeptical at first, but man, I ain't skeptical now. It's a home run.